it's LaKesha B Johnson, and I'm sitting here by myself. Like, that's crazy, right? Well, I am giving you a little change to culture update. I'm so thankful for all of you that have been watching my podcast. I'm so thankful that you are even here right now to tune in. And you probably thought I was going to have a video podcast up for you tonight with a special interview from another one of my amazing guests. Well, I'm working on it. I am tired. Life has been lifing, but I just want to check in with you. I want to recap. I've brought you 7 complete interviews so far, even though a couple of them were part 1, part 2s, but I hope you've enjoyed them. The first one was near and dear to me because it was with my brother, who I don't always get a chance to chop it up with, but I went down south and we got a chance to just sit back in the Escalade in the back of the car and have a great chop up session like we usually do. I'm so thankful for him. The next one was so special to me because it was my nephew who had some challenges growing up in LA in these streets as a young man. And so I'm so glad if you had the time to watch his story. I feel like it's really inspiring and it was really a true miracle. I also brought to you a part 2 from his mom so that you can get her perspective on raising a young man in these LA streets as a single mother and how it affected her and how she held on to see God really show his face. So that was great. And then after that, I brought you a couple of relationship interviews. But before the relationship interviews, I actually interviewed Monty C. Wilson, who's a filmmaker, a beginning, newer filmmaker in the industry. And he just shared us with some of his tips about filmmaking and what he went through to get to that. Then he came back and did 2 episodes, part 1 and part 2, on relationships. And I thoroughly enjoyed all of these talks. I really have. I mean, I also brought to you one of my dear friends, dear lifelong friends, who has a nonprofit organization called Cause in the community. And she is doing the thing when it comes to helping people. Okay, that's what I'm about. I'm about helping people, encouraging people. And when you come here into my living room and on the set and you see someone sitting beside me, it could be anyone. I don't care who it is. As long as you're human and you woke up this morning in the land of the living right here in this life, I feel like you are a celebrity in your own right, if you will. I mean, a lot of people do talk shows. They want to have celebrities on. I feel like if you got up this morning, you are an amazing person. And I want to know about how you made it through life thus far, where you are, where you're going, because I think it's time for us to really connect with humanity and, see the human aspect of, people. So I just do want to say that everyone I have here that I talk with and I share with and who shares with me, we don't always have the same views. We don't always have the same opinions. And sometimes we don't even have the same perspectives on life. But I really think that it's time for us to be a little more open-minded so that we can coexist and become gracious with one another. That was one of the things about Jesus in the Bible that I loved. Why I love Jesus is because when I heard his stories and what he did and who he is, first and foremost, who he is, but how he lived, he wasn't judgmental. He told what the truth was and he called the truth, but at the same time, he didn't judge the person. He just gave direction and wisdom and insight and tried to lead people in a better direction, and he just didn't judge. He went and spoke with whoremongers, thieves, beggars, people with serious diseases, debilitating diseases. He didn't discriminate. He didn't discriminate, and I don't discriminate. So when you come and you see here and you sit here with us in this living room, even though you're in your home, just know that whoever's in front of you, we are vibing in a way where we meet, okay? I'm meeting with them where they are, and hopefully they're meeting me where I am. And we just dialogue about life. And there's nothing wrong with that. You may see a Democrat sitting next to me. You may see a Republican sitting next to me. You may see a stripper sitting next to me, or God knows who's sitting next to me. You might see a bishop, a priest, an attorney, a construction worker, a green thumb. I call them green thumb people because I don't know, environmentalists. Anybody could be sitting next to me in this chair. And even if I don't understand, I want to understand. And even if we don't share the same opinion, that's okay too. I want to honor people for who they are and where they are, because I know that, as we walk through this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful life, as challenging as it can be, we need to somehow find harmony here because it's about that time. So that's what I'm here for. And it's about to be changing the culture. So let's change the culture. I'll be back before you. Okay, before I go, my next guest is really special. You're going to hear from him. He's truly a unique individual with probably a different mindset than a lot, and really able to share and give insight into his world. And he has experienced one of the most amazing miracles that you just really want to tune in and hear about. I mean, don't miss it. It's coming for you. Just stay tuned because I've been lifing. Life has been lifing, and I've been trying to life with life. And I've just been busy. You know, I'm doing a domestic violence seminar tomorrow with Circle of Women Inc., who I work with. And I have been working on podcast interviews. I have a day job as a first assist surgeon. I am a life insurance agent, which I started to be able to inform people about index universal life insurance policies, which I think are really important to have for us and our children to create generational wealth. So I'm always doing something, and I'm going to work on scaling that back. But like my mom said, you know, anything worth having is worth working for and waiting for. Actually, that was probably Betty Wright. So maybe my mom didn't say that, but Betty Wright, okay, Betty Wright said anything worth having for is worth working for and waiting for. And if you have any type of wisdom, you know that that's the absolute truth. And so while I'm trying to keep up with life, as life is lifing, I just wanted to come in and connect with you and let you know what's going on and what to expect in the very, very near future. I mean, give me a few days and I'm going to have this podcast up for you that's probably going to be, I'm not going to say one of my best one yet because they've all been good. And each person, like I said, to me is a celebrity in their own right. But this was pretty special. So stay tuned. If you're subscribed, you'll get the notification. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will meet you back here in a few as we change the culture. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.